Your 2022 Heroes Among Us Animal Category recipient, Lola and Hunter McBride of Parkersburg.
We were getting ready to head to Wisconsin Dells for vacation, and my stepdad Matt was like, "You should go take Lola for a walk before we go." So I decided to go take her for a walk around our block. I was walking down the sidewalk, and then I heard a voice. I couldn't really tell what it was. I looked around because I didn't feel right, and then I saw somebody laying in their yard. I wasn't just gonna keep walking, carrying on with what I was doing, so I went over there and was trying to see what was going on, and she was on the ground. Darlene was on the ground, and she had something wrong with her. She's like, I can't get up, something's wrong with my leg. She's like, I bet if you could just get me up, I could probably walk into my house, but I tried to help her up. She wasn't gonna get back up again. I tried to get her phone so she could call somebody. She didn't want me to call the ambulance or anything. I'd never called 911 before, so I was like, my mom's a nurse, she would know what to do. So I ended up calling my mom. She didn't answer the first time. Is there anything else I can do? She was like, go to the Thomas's house, and first she said another name, I couldn't remember the name, and then she said Thomas's, and I knew exactly what she was talking about. And before I was about to leave, I didn't want to leave her alone. I didn't want her to think I was just gonna run off somewhere. So I left Lola with her, and then I went and ran across to the other side of the block and saw if the Thomases were there, but they weren't there. So I ran back, decided to call my mom again, and this time she did answer. My mom was trying to explain to me one of her legs was shorter than the other, so that had something to do with a broken hip. So she ended up calling 911. I made her lay down right next to her, I just kind of handed her the leash, and she just went right beside her and just laid down. And she put her hand on top of her head and scratched her, and Lola just kind of sat there with her the entire time. When I ran off, she would be alone for that much longer. If I didn't have Lola with me, she would be alone for about probably 3 more minutes out there. Me just running off, and 3 minutes to you in that situation can feel like a really, really long time. I feel like what I did was something a lot of people could do. I know a lot of, probably all my friends, a lot of people I know, they would probably do the same exact thing. I don't know a lot of people that would walk by, see something like that, and just run off. And Lola, she almost knew exactly what to do. She stayed by me the entire time, and then when I handed her off to Darlene, she stayed by Darlene the entire time. She didn't get too wild with her or anything. She was just laid down and comforted her the entire time. If that ever happened to me again, I wouldn't run away, of course. I'd probably have a little bit more knowledge on what to do the next time. If someone says she thought the world of me, it made me feel really good, and every single time I walk by her house, I always just look at her house, see if she's out or not, and it's worth helping people.
Lola and Hunter McBride, your 2022 Animal Heroes Among Us.